Morning, everyone. It's Jan, Not a Real Farm. Guys, it's beautiful out. It's a holiday weekend here. Long weekend. So I've got 4 days to basically just be in the garden. Just wanted to kind of walk you through and show you all the developments that's happening here in the greenhouse. Apple trees are coming up great. You can see here now that the red walking onions are now starting to put on flowers. And the grape has gone crazy, so take a look. And there's been some development with that as well. So where I was showing you where the clusters were, it's actually broken out into flowers. So your grapevine will flower before it actually fruits. So let me see if I can show you one of these little flowers here. Here we go. So a grapevine will break out into cute little flowers first, before it starts making the grapes. And you can actually see, move a little closer. Oh, there we go. You see how round that is on the bottom. So some of these have already flowered and they're good to go. So they're starting to form the fruit. So the grapes are doing amazing. You can see how tall the plant has gotten now, all the way up the trellis. I have to take this guy here and probably pin him up a little bit because he's getting so tall. These are going to touch the top of the trellis now for sure. Look how big and beautiful the leaves have gotten. So it's obviously happy in the dirt that it's growing in. Now, I haven't been in here for a couple of days. Hubby's been in charge of watering, but he's done a good job. I have to give him credit. Coffee plants are doing amazing. And guys, the beans have gone crazy too. I'll show you that in a little bit. Here is all of our multiplier onions, our cilantro, our chia, and this guy here is fenugreek. And we have soybeans. So let me show you. I grew a specific type of soybean that's actually a Japanese soybean, so it's going to be a black soybean inside. So you can see here we have our soybeans starting to form. There was only a limited amount of this seed, so we are not necessarily going to eat these this year. We're going to save the seed and keep growing them. So here you can see they're starting to form there too. And some there as well. Our catnip has taken off. It's gotten pretty tall. Our mint isn't far behind. Our miniature sunflowers are now starting to get some height to them, so I can't wait to see what they look like. And then, of course, here's my Japanese burdock. Look at the size of these leaves, just to give you a perspective. Isn't that amazing? So normally what you would do is you would dig this out and you would eat the root of the burdock for its health properties. I really want to say I would like to do that, but this plant is just so beautiful and so big and tropical looking. I don't feel like I want to dig this plant up, but amazing. It's even sending out new shoots. Look how thick the stalks are. You'd almost think it was rhubarb. Amazing. Horseradish. Oh my goodness. Check it out. The horseradish is already a couple of feet above the raised bed. Isn't that crazy? It just grows like a weed, literally. And check out the roses. Look at all these beautiful roses that have come up from these 2 bushes. I mean, I knew they were going to flower, but I didn't know they were going to flower like this. This is amazing. And the surprise is, what I like, is that some of them come out really sort of a light pink, but when they first start off, they're like a darker peach. So you end up having almost 2 different colored roses at the same time blossoming, which is just really beautiful, and they smell awesome. And then the other one is doing the same thing. except it's sort of taken a liking to this side. So it's actually growing more on this side of the trellis, which is fine. As you can see here, look at all these beautiful big blossoms. And the hotter it gets in here, the better they smell. Check this out. Okay, I'm loving this. It's a beautiful weekend. Let's take a look and see what I did with the tomatoes. All right, guys, take a look at the tomatoes. These are my delicious tomatoes, the ones that are supposed to get about 2 pounds. These are going to be a paste tomato. There's a couple of them in there, so we're going to split them off and separate them. We've got our purple tomatillos, and as a matter of fact, we have a flower already. Perfect. It's amazing what happens once the temperature changes. Let's keep on going. All right. So here we have a cucumber muncher. So they don't get any bigger than about this. These are just snacking cucumbers. I really wanted to try and get the cucumbers in this year. The last couple of years, the cucumbers haven't been all that great and prolific. So admittedly, this year what I've done is I've planted hybrid cucumbers because I want to make sure I get a crop of them. So we'll see how they do. Here are some more of my tomatoes. So some of these I've just planted last week. I pulled out some volunteers, tried to sort of save them. This one's not too happy. This one is good. Another delicious tomato. I think they're all going to be delicious tomatoes. Check out the height on this one. So these are what are called Sart Rolloes. So these are going to be a purple and a yellow tomato. So these should be really beautiful. You can hear my crickets in the background. My new pets for the summer. Okay, and down here, these are celebrities. They never let me down, so we planted a couple of celebrity tomatoes. Those are a hybrid. We have some black strawberry tomatoes, and next to them, you can tell the difference. Okay, so here is a regular black strawberry tomato, so regular size salad tomato. And then if you look here, you can tell the difference in the leaves. These are lychee tomatoes. Anybody's tried growing lychees, and if you look really close, see if I can get closer, look at the thorns on the tomatoes. So you got to be really careful with lychees. They taste really good, but they're extremely thorny. So a lot of people don't like growing them because of that. I have a spider hanging onto my screen here. This is another delicious tomato. I have spiders hanging out of my hair, so if I start screaming on camera, just ignore me. Here is another delicious tomato. Wow. Another delicious tomato. That's actually a tomato. I'm not saying it because I think they're delicious. I'm actually saying that is a brand of tomato. Delicious. This one seems to be doing great. It's amazing how they're all different sizes, but beautiful, beautiful leaves. They're not... It's been pretty cool at night, and they're not showing me any signs of stress so far, so that's good. We have in this one. Oh, so I picked one of my volunteers, so one volunteer tomato died, so we can get rid of this guy, and then one came back. So these were field tomatoes that I was growing. So that guy came back there. And then here we have our sweetie tomatoes. So those, the bricks on those, oh my gosh, look at this. If you ever get, these guys don't harm you, but if you ever get one of them hanging from your hair, especially me, it's not a pretty sight. These ones are actually really good. The amount of sweetness that you get out of these cherry tomatoes is astounding. You've never tried growing what's called a sweetie cherry tomato? Give it a try. Let's see here. Another one of my field tomatoes. My volunteers. So he wasn't happy, so we'll get rid of that tag. Okay, what do we got here? We've got our blueberry cherries are coming up. Perfect. And then these are a regular size cucumber, and they are called Ishtar, Ishtar. They will have all female blossoms on them, and they do not need pollination. So every single blossom will give me fruit. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm gonna swing you around and let's take a look at the beans. Okay, so my beans are actually on the other side of my spinach here, but check out the spinach leaves. So I'm gonna be munching on some spinach this weekend in a salad. Remember, your spinach has a good dose of iron in it and B vitamins. I happen to be extremely low in iron for whatever reason, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of snacking on some good veggies this year. For whatever reason, I can't take iron in the liquid form and I can't take iron in the pill form. If I do that, it actually makes me sick, so I can't do it. Here we go. We've got blossoms happening on our beans. And, oh, we got some beans, I think, forming. Where did I see that bean? We had, oh, there's a bean starting over there. Let me just zoom in. You can see him there. He's starting. Oh, look at this. I have a bean right there. Awesome. The corn is doing amazing. You can see how tall it is now. The Greek runner beans are running away from me, so let's just back up. You can see it starts from the bottom, and they're starting to climb. Climb, 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 climb. Oh my goodness, this one's almost up to the second rung here, so good, awesome. They're growing really tall. And then over here, another great vegetable. Of course, I've got volunteer tomato plants I can pull up. But another great vegetable is, if you're low in iron like myself and B vitamins, is Swiss chard. If you're also looking for a really good intake of calcium, spinach and Swiss chard is another way to get that. And I believe you only need about a half a cup for spinach to get your calcium requirements for the day, and a full cup of Swiss chard to meet your calcium requirements for the day. Okay, so let's take a look at the romaine. So of course, the salad bowl lettuce is ready to go. I can pick this right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pick some. Check that out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there's nothing like it. Guys, it tastes so, I don't know what it is. It's got flavor. Usually when you get lettuce from the grocery store, it's got no flavor. This has got flavor. So this is going on. We got hot dogs and hamburgers happening this weekend. So I'm definitely going to be adding some lettuce. And then we have our romaines, which are doing amazing. Look at the size of the leaves on this one. So we've got a few red romaines there that we're going to be able to pick too. But wow, I've got beans and everything. I'm going to taste my lettuce now. Oh my gosh. The important thing about lettuce is to eat it now, because when the temperatures change, it actually gets too bitter in a greenhouse to eat. So the best thing to do is to eat it now. Here's some more lettuce. So this is just a red-tipped, sort of open, frilly sort of lettuce. And of course, everybody's favorite, the meditating alien, which sits by my water fountain. So I won't keep you long, guys. I just wanted to give you sort of an update as to how everything is going in the greenhouse. Of course, my clock, as you probably have noticed over the last 2 years, says 5 o'clock, because the truth is it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. So I just wanted to show you everything that was going on, and I hope everybody is going to have a fantastic weekend. Get out there and garden, guys. See you soon.